Good morning. It is Friday. We've made it. We've got through the end of the work week. Here we are. And it is time for your Friday 5 minutes with Phil. And I'm glad that you've joined me. And we're going to wrap up our look at Psalm chapter 40. So far, we have spent a few days talking about God's response to us when we wait on Him and when we cry out to Him. Yesterday, we talked about our response to God as a result of Him working on our behalf. Now, today, I want you to know that there's yet one other reaction that we cannot forget about. And David goes there in verse 3. So let me read all the verses one more time, verses 1 through 3, just to put it all in context and show you what I mean. Here we go. I waited patiently for the Lord, and He turned to me, and He heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and the mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Here we go. Many will see and hear. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. So David is saying this. I want you to catch this. David is saying, okay, God, I'm crying out to you to get me out of this slimy pit that I'm in and put me at a better place in my life. And I will give you praise for that. But then he says, the people around me, many people are going to see what you've done, God, and they will put their trust in you. Could I speak to the people who have been saying, why me? Why am I going through this? Why is God picking on me? Why does it always have to be me? Could it be that God is using this moment in your life, not for you, but for the people around you? See, because here's the deal. And this this is hard for us to digest, okay? This is hard for us to grasp. But here you go. God has a trust in you. He trusts you with that trial. He trusts you with the difficulty that you're in. Because His confidence level is so much in you that He knows that as you trust in Him, He trusts you. And that will be enough to create this testimony that other people can see what God's done in you, and they can put their trust in the Lord. That's powerful. That's huge. That's huge. I always tell the church this. God will never waste an experience. Never. Never. He will not waste the experience that you're facing today. He will not waste any experience that you have faced in the past. God always has a plan to turn your troubles into testimonies. God's plan is to turn your troubles into testimonies, so that when you come out of this thing, and when God makes you a different person, or when God answers your prayer, or when God works on your behalf, it's not just to make you feel good. And yeah, that's awesome, right? But that's not it. Not at all. There's more. God very much intends for that experience. You being pulled out of the mud and placed on the rock. You being pulled out of that trouble and placed in a better spot in your life. He wants to use that as a storybook. He wants to use that as a visual, illustrated sermon about what He's all about, so that other people can look at you. Doesn't mean you got to be perfect. You just have to trust Him. And people can look at you and they could put their hope and their trust and surrender their lives entirely to God. How awesome is that? I want you to think about that today. God, what do you want to do in this trouble that I've been in? God wants to use it to bring glory to Him. He trusts you with that trouble, and He wants to turn your trouble into a testimony. I want you to hang on to that this weekend. God bless you. We'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.